afternoon everyone, happy Saturday. I was just in the studio when I thought about a particular topic that I should cover for my series regarding children and their health. So this is a little different topic. One of the Moja parents had asked me that how to have kids that are responsible, who also are responsible for the health and are interested in fitness, right? So this in itself is a very different topic, and I thought I would want to just quickly cover three things, as the usual three things that would be helpful on this topic. Why do we have just three things to talk about? Just so that it is relatable and the video is short and it is something that can be implemented easily. Okay, so my three top things to have kids realize and make them more responsible. The first thing would be to give an impression and make them realize that accountability, having the accountability with them versus with anybody, right? So that's the first thing. Coming to the second one is more interesting. I believe that there's nothing positive that can come out from a negative situation. Okay, so for example, you know how we see all those fancy stories about like this fat kid gets bullied in school and goes through all the shame and guilt, and then he just emerges like this Singham who comes out every morning. He's 6 o'clock, he's going for a jog. We don't want kids who are broken to a point that they have to just emerge out of that negativity, right? What we as parents want is something that it should be out of a positive vibe, right? And this whole topic in itself is pretty huge, which I would try to cover it under another video. But short aspect is anything like that has guilt, shame, fear. You know, any of these three qualities, when they are involved in a particular situation, there is nothing positive that can come out of it. So for example, I have two kids, right? One child is too much into cooking and very nerdy, watching history, that's his, and poetry, that's his interest. The other child, she's into dancing, she's into Legos. So they're totally two different kids, right? So having a particular guilt, like maybe comparison, look at your sister, she's doing this, or anything like look at your weight, making any guilty aspect to it, or adding any shame that this is not how you would do it, for that matter, anything. These three aspects is something that we would need to check on. So to that point, I also want to add, so if I am into it, right, so as embodying that as a parent, so I'm getting ready to go out for dinner, and then I'm too much conscious about what I'm wearing, oh, my tummy is looking in this, oh, this part looks like that, oh, my shoulders are too broad. So when we do that kind of a thing, what am I doing? Eventually, I am giving an impression that I am not proud about myself. There is a shame that I feel inside within me related to my body, my personality, and I let that shame project out, and that's where maybe the child is waking up. So second thing would be to remove any negative aspects around the child's activity that we would want to keep away. So let's go to the third thing. What is the third thing? The third thing is to find something that is genuinely of interest to the child, and how to do that. So for example, I really like to explain my kids about their life being escape room. And so what are escape rooms? It's like you go, it's just an adventure activity. You go to a particular room, there are clues into the room, and there would be like a puzzle that you need to solve using the hints within the room. So it could be something like there's a royal palace, and within that palace, like a family, or you are trapped, and all of you together need to find all the clues within that palace to get out of it. And in this theme, the clues would be very royal, related to the swords and stuff. So similarly, I explain it to them that every individual's life is an escape room. So if my life is an escape room, there would be certain hints and clues laid upon within my life that would be of interest to me, that will help me understand my life better and unlock the purpose of my life, right? So how would we know what a particular hint is? And the answer to that thing is something that makes you genuinely happy. If there is a particular piece, a particular activity, a color, it could be anything, something that makes you genuinely happy is a hint. Like, you know, they say in the spiritual world, like using your heart as the compass. If there is something that makes you very genuinely happy, is a clue that that particular thing is is a part of your life's puzzle. And they use that aspect. So every time they will do something, they find something of too much interest to them, they'll come and show me, and we'll just go do things around it, work around it. And that's how, you know, you get to deep dive, and you give that authority to the child to make sure that they understand that knowing their life, identifying what they are meant for, the purpose of their life, is something that they are the ones who have to find it. They have that compass called heart within them, which anything that makes them extremely happy is a clue that that thing is meant for them, or that thing is key in their particular life's purpose. And that's how, like, you know, my son, he really liked, he's a foodie, and you can see him and know that. So he's a foodie, and no matter how good I cook, if there's some little element not appropriate in it, he won't eat it. But if it is good, he would, you know, have plates full of it. So I knew he was a foodie, but when I explained that concept to him, one day he told me that because I realized I really like food, he went through all these videos about channel, about cooking, and slowly, you know, knowing which cuisine you like, which chef he preferred across all the shows he saw, what is his ideal, what is his style. When the child reflects upon themselves, knowing that their life is like a puzzle that they need to solve, and the hints are something that they can evolve with based on what they prefer individually, and what they don't prefer is how, you know, that child becomes responsible. So as there is the first point, that realization that this is something that they are they have the control. Not as a parent, I'm not going to tell you, okay, this is what you should be doing, or this is what you should not be doing. You know, genuinely, what is it that calls you is the thing that is made for you. Okay, so these are the three things. So the first thing, let's just summarize real quick. First thing is finding approaches or aspects to make them realize that they are accountable. They are the ones who have the reins of their life and of the things that, you know, they should be doing responsibility wise, right? Having accountability is the first thing. Second thing is removing negativity. So wherein, you know, if someone is, second thing is removing the negativity, and third thing is finding something that is of genuine interest, you know, something that makes you happy. So, okay, let's say what if the child comes in and says, I really don't like maths. But that doesn't mean as a parent I can allow the child to not do maths or not go to school, right? Maybe there's a school of thought about how effective schooling is, but we won't go there. So if that's the case, what do we do? As a parent, I like to balance it out. Okay, fine. Maths, it is a must activity. It is something that no matter what field of life you would be going in, you would need mathematics. It is must from an educational perspective. But hey, we can balance it out. We can, maybe I can cook something nice for you, or we could make a video of your cooking, or with my daughter, I could read a book with you. So, you know, always once they start digging into themselves, and once they know what is it that they like, as parents, we can use that particular thing to balance out with something else. I hope you like the video. I know it's a little off topic, but this is key from a child's emotional health perspective, and I thought I'll do this topic today. I do want to cover the second topic more in detail. There's a particular chart that I follow that I'll be sharing in a subsequent session. Okay, thank you so much for listening. Love to all. Bye.